show, I gotta get that dough. Pay them girls what they work. Slip that money under that skirt. Take it out, baby, let me see. You might get a little more lip G-string, having oh so much fun. Playing inside between them buns. Shorty got it going on like Marvin. Teasing me and she know I'm starving. Lick you up, then lick you down. I ain't finished, girl, turn around. Lick you up and down your back, cause I'm that freak, I'm freaky like that. Freak nasty, wanna see, can y'all do this right? I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put your hand up on my hip. When you dip, I dip, we dip. I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put yours, then I put mine. Then we can dip down low and roll and grind. I'm setting it off to another level. You digging freak nasty without a shovel? This is my world. I'm just a squirrel trying to get enough. So what's up, yo DJ? When the party's getting slow, join this jam and watch that flow get taken over like a 94. When I have the whole world getting down low. New Orleans born, ATL living. Freak nasty is what I'm giving. My juice is sweet like Georgia peaches. Women suck it up like leeches. It feels so good, you must admit you like this. Yeah, y'all know the song. So come on, won't you sing it? I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put your hand up on my hip. When you dip, I dip, we dip. I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put your hand up on my hip. When you dip, I dip, we dip. I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put your hand up on my hip. When you dip, I dip, we dip. I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put your hand up on my hip. When you dip, I dip, we dip. I put my hand up on your hip.
All right, Chad, how we doing tonight? How's everybody doing on this fine Saturday evening? 1997 represent there. The late 90s and early 2000s pop and rap will continue until morale improves. I think one night I might just act like I'm doing a show and just play just like an hour of fucking songs. People waiting for it to get live. Pox Toxic in the chat says real skating rink jam hours there. That's right, chat. I think like once, maybe twice when I was in high school, I went to a skating rink. My high school sweetheart, I went with her, and I could barely stand up on fucking skates, let alone skate with any grace or dignity. I think I spent most of the time over in the arcade section playing. I think they had like X-Men versus Street Fighter or one of those Capcom Marvel ones. Maybe it was Marvel Superheroes or Marvel's Capcom, something like that. I know they had Marvel's Capcom 2 at the mall. I spent a lot of time on that. Does Supers even know what a skating rink is? Or even skates, for that matter, at this point? Christian in the chat says, my first Father's Day as a father tomorrow. Well, congratulations. That's very cool. Glad to hear it. No, it's not the return of a regular Saturday stream. I'm not going to... No. I really doubt I'm ever returning to doing this as any serious attempt. It's just going to be when I feel like it, low-effort dog shit streams. That's all we're going to do, chat. I really don't see it. Maybe... I don't feel like I'm talking out of turn when I say this because he did a couple of these shows, but Pastor Tom had the idea of maybe trying to do a regular stream and bringing me on as a sidekick, essentially. Which is, having a sidekick is the best way to do that. I don't, because I don't do these regularly, and it's not fair to just try to grab Luke whenever I feel like streaming. But yeah, if Tom gets to a point where he feels like he can do that regularly, and I'm able to, schedule-wise, I will probably run sidekick duties on Tom's streams. I like doing sidekick stuff. I honestly do. I used to love doing that on Fortnite streams. Because there's no responsibility to it. I don't have to care about putting it on a good show. If anything, my job is to kind of derail it. Just a little bit. Yeah, Pastor Tom's doing fine, from what I understand. He's just busy. You know, he's a pastor at a church. He's got 2 kids. So it would be called The Puritan and the Pervert Show. I would honestly, again, not my show, so I wouldn't tell him what to do. But yeah, The Preacher and the Pervert would probably be a great title. I've kind of suggested that to him. I don't know if he's game for that. But I don't even know if it'll. Again, the man's busy. He's got, you know, he can't play on the internet that much. He's got real world responsibilities. It's kind of a shame because I think he'd do a great show. I think he could actually build something up if he really tried. Yeah, it's nice having a conservative Protestant voice that isn't either an absolute pussy cuck or a bullshit paper alpha. You ever notice that, like, especially the evangelicals, they come in those two speeds? It's either the absolute pussy cuck or like the Mark Driscoll, James McDonald, like Jack Hibbs, fucking paper alpha. But I don't know. I don't know if that'll ever come about though. The Sin and the Sinner live stream. So he says if it earned the scratch, ROTC rakes it. I bet. Look, if sitting in front of this mic ever got me to a point where I didn't have to work a full-time job, then yeah, I would put all that. I used to put real effort into this show. I mean, I used to put on some really good, thought-out shows. I put on some fucking great shows. I'm very proud of how the 2016 election stream came out. I would gather up a lot of interesting guests. We'd bullshit. We'd have fun. I can't remember exactly when it was, and maybe it's gone. I might have even fucking deleted it, you know. Like Tears in the Rain, lost to time. But I remember one time we'd been on a kick of watching, like, porn star interviews, which can be fucking hilarious. And we watched the Harmony, California one, where she's like a real cuck that loves, not a real, I don't know, the wife that cuck, what, I don't even know what the term is for that off the top of my head. The chick that cucks a dude. I'm sure there's an official term. But, like, her husband was a cuck and she loved black dudes and all this other shit. She's going on in these interviews. And then we're watching a couple of these things, and we had NC Clark on. And she went fucking off on it. Oh, and we had Zeus on too. Because I remember joking with Zeus. I'm like, well, here it is, buddy. You're 40 acres and a mule. Only instead of a mule, it's a middle-aged white woman. But yeah, I mean, I miss doing that, but also it's like, I never got stuck in this trap. But one thing I've noticed, if you get in the trap of networking, and I guess I did a little bit. I mean, I probably ran a bit too much defense for at least one guy than I really should have. But even then, I've never been inclined to do that. I do call even my friends, I do call people out on their bullshit. But I was maybe silent longer than I should have been. But once you get into that thing where you got to network and get, like, guests and stuff like that, and then you got to, like, keep these people happy, and then you got to start running interference for them. Like, I don't want to be in a position where I have to, like, imagine you got to pretend like Eric July's comic book doesn't suck dick. Like, imagine you got to be in a position where I got to be like Eric July's the next Stan Lee. You know, I got to run interference for this idiot because, you know, I don't know, maybe I pimp my book on his show or something. I don't want to be in that position. That sucks, man. Like, there's guys on the internet that I know, I'm friends with. There's guys that I watch. Like, I watch Revenge of the Sis. You know, I don't really watch the Kino Casino guys much anymore because Kick just doesn't work well for me on my phone. And, you know, I can't get it on the Roku. And, but the point is, it's like everybody shits on Mersh. You know, everybody likes the dog pile Mersh. Not so much Royce for whatever reason, but Mersh. And I'm like, you know, whatever. I don't like Mersh does some goofy dumb shit, and I wouldn't want to have to be in a position where I feel like I got to defend him or something. That would be one reason that regardless of money, I would be reluctant to want to do what I used to do. Not saying I wouldn't. It's just like, you know. And then the worst is like if two people that you're friendly with or friends with, you know, if they're fighting with one another, and that's happened to me in the past. You know, I'm buddies with Matt Forney and Ann Sturgener. I was buddies with Jordan Owen and Davis Arini, and you know, the latter couple especially had quite the explosive breakup. I don't know exactly how Xerxes is doing, Chad. I couldn't tell you. I think I'm connected with him on Discord, but he's really not on there very much. I haven't talked to him in quite some time. I see he posts videos once in a while, so I think he's doing good. I certainly hope he's doing good. Brennan says, I used to look forward to listening to your streams while I knocked back a few beers and played Halo multiplayer. Well, I'm glad to hear it, man. Like I said, I think some of those shows were pretty damn fucking good. I wish super chatting had been more of a thing. I was kind of relying on like Patreon and random PayPal donations and the few cents a day I'd make on YouTube ad revenue, if that. I'd have to go a few months before I could even cash out at YouTube. And that's back when I was monetized. Yeah, like if super chats had really been a thing that I could have done at the time, or knew to do, maybe it was a thing at that point, but knew to do, I could have probably made quite a few bucks on the 2016 stream. That was a great show. I'm to this day I'm genuinely proud of how that turned out. The only technical issue we had to pre-record Owen's interview because Forney and Arini were on. I was even telling him, I'm like, I can make it so you're not on at the same time. Like, just pre-record it, fine. Well, I went to go to the bathroom when we were running the pre-recorded interview, and it cut out for like, I think like maybe a minute, and then we got back in there, and but. Christian said there's so few good streams to listen to. Yeah, there's not much I listen to online anymore. I mean, I watch Tucker. Not even all of them. Just, you know, there's some interviews I'm not at all interested in, but I do watch Tucker. I watch Revenge of the Sith quite a bit. Again, not even always. And I'm not behind their paywall. So I don't, you know, and they do at least one show a week, at least, behind the paywall. So. Zach the Bong Ripper says, most of these live streamers are grifters. I'm always suspect of their success. Is it organic? Who is possibly funding them? Some of them I think it really is organic. Some of them I think really are getting some funding. Like Tim Pool is absolutely gutbaggers. I mean, Eric July, we were talking about him early. You know, he's got Glenn Beck money behind him. There's nothing genuinely organic about that either. I think the Keno Casino boys are pretty organic. I know they joke about being funded by Gabe Hoffman, but I don't think they're in league. Although I do wonder why they're throwing their lot in with Eric July so fucking hard, or why Medicare is for that matter. I think though it's just because like people that shit on Eric July are people they don't like, and there's such like tribal team spirit horse shit going on in the sector. Which is again why I couldn't do it, man. Like, I'm not going to sit and act like Eric July's embarrassing horseshit is good. I'm not going to sit and act like, Nick Rekieta neglecting his children is just fucking fine. But by the same token, I don't despise Nick Rekieta, and I'm not going to accuse him of pedophilia. I see that getting thrown around now. Nick Rekieta diddled his kids. This sector has no fucking problem calling people pedos on no fucking evidence. Like, none. And one day, one of these motherfuckers is going to get sued. Badly. Hell, the guy Daka on Twitter, for a while, he was letting Kino Casino use his channel. He issued a big public retraction about all the shit he talked on Vito and Dick Masterson, because I don't even think Dick said it directly, but there was rumors of a lawsuit, and he just bent the knee. I don't know how else to put it. And I mean, like, everyone, Vito's a pedo, and like, I mean, he looks like one. I'll grant you that. He might be. I don't know. But other than, like, he didn't condemn cuties, I haven't really heard a lot of evidence for that. Again, maybe he fucking is. But, like, I don't know. Maybe that's not a fucking thing, an accusation you throw around haphazardly. When I was going hard on James McDonald when that scandal broke, one of the things I brought up, and I was very careful how I worded it, his threat, I'm gonna put child porn on your computer. I said, James, why is that the first place your mind goes to? Because I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't even know where the fuck to find it. I could find some porn categories I do enjoy. If you want me to find, like, videos of two lesbians munching on two redheads munching on each other's boxes, I could probably find that pretty quickly. But I wouldn't know where to find kitty porn. I know it's out there. I'm sure it's out there. Probably on a lot of our government servers. But I don't know where it is. Why does James McDonald know where it is? That was the point I was saying. Why is that the first place you go? That's suspicious. But I didn't just go out there and say, James McDonald is a pedophile. Because I don't know that. I don't have any real evidence to that. He merely said something that made me suspicious. And I stated I was suspicious. So maybe you just don't. And maybe that shit, like, waters that down too. Like, he was looking at Lolly, and it's like, it's just a Japanese schoolgirl drawing where she's got big tits, and it's like, okay. Like, he was 19 and he messaged a 17-year-old on Discord. Like, this shit gets watered down, like, way fucking too much. Maybe that's not good. Nick Rekieta neglected his kids, so he's a pedophile. That's not what pedophilia is. He didn't fuck his kids, as far as we know. Doesn't seem to. I'm not aware of any evidence that even points to that. So, like, maybe we don't run around calling each other pedophiles all the fucking time. Okay? I know Kino Casino loves to do that. It's like, that's... Wolfland says, Zoomers think anyone having sex under 30 are pedos. I mean, you're not wrong. Christian says, calling people pedos without evidence is naturally going to lead to pedos being disregarded as nonsense, just like happened to the term racist. Yeah, exactly. The left turned the term racist into anyone that doesn't have a lifetime subscription to Blacked. And now it seems Zoomers and far left and far right people want to turn pedophile into, anyone's attracted to someone under the age of 35. The Bill Belichick, the fucking Patriots coach. I'm not a football guy by any stretch, so maybe I'm even mispronouncing his name. But he's like 70-something, and he's fucking a cheerleader in her 20s right now. That's his new girlfriend. Fucking good for him. But of course, what I see, he's a pedophile. Bitch is in her 20s. it's a big age difference. You know, you got to look at her and be like, what are you doing, sweetie? But whatever, the two fucking consenting adults. It's none of your fucking business. Jets is nice. Exactly. Yeah, good for him. She wants the money. I guess, maybe. Maybe she has fucking daddy issues. I don't know. Who the fuck knows? It's not my business, though. But yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't want to hop back into that scene because I don't want to. I'm not a team player. All right. You know, I don't root for the home team. I never have. And I'm never gonna be that way. You know, I have my friends and I have my beliefs, but I don't fly any flags. I don't join any groups. I don't play on any fucking teams. You know, whether that's good, bad, or indifferent, that's simply how I am. You know, I'm not trying to. I'm a level 9 Sigma, guys. I'm not trying to be like that. It's just how the fuck I am. So he says, "How's the box factory?" Well, I got laid off from the box factory. I'm now working at the dildo factory, Christian. And business is good. We've been shipping so many out to America First conferences, you wouldn't believe it. Oh my gosh. Actually, business has not been good. My current job has had a lot of like 2-week shutdowns and shit. It's getting a little annoying. I may have to find something else, but the pay is pretty good when I'm actually working. And of course, when we're not doing shutdowns, then there's like busy moments where they spring overtime on me right at the last fucking minute. Like literally, I'll be there at like 7 in the evening and be like, "Oh, you're actually staying 4 hours later tonight than normal." Like no notice, which is just aggravating. Just deeply pisses me off. So he says, "Oh, come on, back off. You never wanted to be a groiper." I did not want to be a groiper, no. I'm pretty sure I could suck 15 dicks in a row and still not be gay enough to be a groiper. Bunch of queers. Fucking gay boy summer over at America First. I do not understand why somebody, like, I get that Dick Masterson and a lot of people don't like him, fine. I'm not exactly a fucking fan of his either, but like the circle in the wagon around Eric July is insane to me. And it's always, by the way, I've not once heard somebody talk about how much they love Isom or any of his other shitty comic books. But he got one out now called Airy or something. Nobody, it was a meme, like, what's your favorite part of Isom? And like, you're a troll. It's a pretty straightforward question. I don't understand how some 90 IQ motherfucker, like, propped up by Glenn Beck, has become this thing that a whole half of the internet's decided is something to rally behind. Christian says, "We liked you because you weren't a team player. You were honest in what you think, even if it ticked us off. You've annoyed me multiple times with your anti-Catholic stuff, but I respect it for the honesty." I lost a lot of fucking viewers for not being all that fucking pro-life. I mean, I said before, I'm like, early stage abortion, I don't give a shit about. Like morning after pill or something like that, I don't care. I don't really think life begins at conception in any meaningful sense of the word. I don't think it begins right at birth. That's also pretty stupid. You know, I kind of draw a line. Can you show me there's brain activity? I think, therefore, I am. Can you show me this is a sentient, sapient being? that it thinks it feels, you know, can you show me that? Well, when does it have a soul? I don't know. I don't have an Egon Spangler EKG meter. I cannot fucking detect a soul with any equipment I have. Okay? But you can kind of detect a mind, or at least evidence of one. And that's close enough. And that pisses off everybody, by the way. Nobody's happy with my fucking position. Like, if I were king and I imposed that standard on the abortion issue, everyone would be mad. I might get guillotined for that alone. Like, the pro-life and the pro-choice people would all come and guillotine me just so they can go back to fighting about it. But, you know, also, I don't really give a shit about abortion because I just want to afford groceries again. All right, so I went to the grocery store today. Got basically fucking nothing. A couple bottles of juice. These popsicles I like called Edie's, no, Outshine fruit bars they're called. They used to be called Edie's fruit bars. Pure fruit juice, chunks of strawberry in them. They rule. Some beef. That was expensive. Got a few burgers. Grabbed some buns. I think that's it. I think I got a little bottle of like garlic aioli for the burgers, you know. I think I got cheese. You know, I can't remember. I think I might have had cheese already. Point is, the thing came out to like $58. Now, granted, this is meals for a few days, you know, and that's the thing. My lazy ass used to just like go out to eat. Now those days are fucking. I'm not doing any of that this month. I can tell you that much. Not that my fat ass couldn't afford to miss a few meals, but still, I want to afford gas and groceries again. I don't care, man. But yeah, I can't look, a lot of these types of political shows especially, I mean, they tell you what you want to hear. Who is texting me while I'm fucking doing this? Yes, okay, stop. Somebody is sending me like 80 fucking memes in a row. So he says going out to eat with drinks is automatically over $150 now. 150. Yeah, no shit. Just people give me giving dome for milk and bread. It sucks, man. It's rough out there. On paper, I'm even with the certainly per hour, I'm making more now than I ever did in my life, and adjusted for inflation, I'm probably where I was like 10 years ago, maybe 15. I don't know, chat. But no, I can't. Most of these political shows are just like we're gonna tell you what you already think. Hopefully more articulate than you could have said it, and boom, that's the key to success. And I can't do that. I'm probably more right wing than I'm left wing, but I certainly don't fit in neatly with either. Yeah, I do not. I would not want to be having to run fucking it. Imagine having to sit there and listen to like fucking meth addict Nerdrotic go on about how like Star Wars is dead for the 800th fucking time. And it's like, if it's so dead, why do you keep watching it? Like, motherfucker, I thought it was dead in 1999 when I saw Phantom Menace. I was like, oh, this is crap now. Okay, never mind. Was never that big into it to begin with. And like, it didn't take like 25 years of slop followed by a show with like black lesbians to get me to be like, now I'm done with Star Wars. You know, Star Wars blows, all right? But now everyone's upset. Oh, there's a Star Wars show, and there's like force, there's like these fucking space witches, and they're all lesbians, and they get each other pregnant with the force. And it's like, okay. I mean, why can't the force do that? Wasn't Anakin immaculately conceived by the force? So yeah, I'll buy that the force could get a chick pregnant because two chicks are mushing pussies together. I guess. It's probably not entertaining, but I don't know that that's really outside the fucking established canon. But I'm going to be mad about it, guys. I'm going to be mad about this franchise that hasn't had a good fucking movie since 1983. Oh, there's black lesbians in Star Wars now. All right, cool. Who gives a shit? The franchise blows. But like, also maybe I don't know. Stop watching it. Like, why are you doing that? If you don't want to watch fat black lesbians in your Star Wars show, that's perfectly understandable, but just don't watch it. I watched I'm not even a Star Wars guy. I watched The Mandalorian because everyone was talking about it. Somebody was like, no, Chris, you should give it a shot. Like, okay. I gave it a shot. I'm like, this is pretty good. I enjoyed season 1 and season 2. Never really heard good things about season 3, and I'm not a big Star Wars guy to begin with, so I just never bothered to fucking check it out. So it says, yes, Anakin was immaculately conceived by the Force, not by witches. So what? Like, okay, so if the Force can get a chick pregnant without sex, can the Force just, again, make a chick pregnant after two of them mush pussies together? Why wouldn't it be able to? You know? Anakin's mom got pregnant, and she didn't even have some fat black chick mushing her pussy in her face. I mean, I wouldn't want to live in a world where you get a chick pregnant just by eating her pussy. That sounds terrible. That's generally a thing I try to avoid, is getting a chick pregnant. I said, then it isn't a miracle, it's black magic. Fine, then it's the dark side of the Force. Okay. The Force is that it's the evil half of the Force did it, alright? That's right, the Force is Bangladesh porn star name. Getting all them space lesbians pregnant when they don't expect it. But I'm sorry, Star Wars blows. Okay? Like, I'm now at the age where I got to hear the young millennials and the fucking Zoomers, the Zillennials, I guess, got to be going on about, no, the prequels are actually great. It's like, oh, geez. First of all, that's wrong. They sucked. But I know Razorfist once acted like Red Letter Media tricked us into thinking that. No, I was there, motherfucker. We all hated them even then. That said, though, like, what really sucks about that is the realization that I'm like 5 to 10 years away from hearing motherfuckers go, no, fuck it. What the Last Jedi is actually a masterpiece. I watched it when I was 6, so I'm convinced it's a masterpiece. I've never been able to take more critical adult eyes to this thing, so I'm convinced it's a masterpiece. That's right. May the woke be with you. But I don't know. It's like you get a Critical Drinker video today. It's like Star Wars is done, and so am I. It's like, motherfucker, you've been saying that for 6 years. Let's be real. You're gonna be the first to watch the next Star Wars show. All right, that shit is gonna drop, and within minutes you will have it fired up on your Disney Plus account that you're still paying for, despite supposedly hating everything on that app. And don't fucking tell me that it's because of your fucking job. I gotta do this for videos. You could do videos about movies you like. You do that. Or you could at the very least go watch things you think you'll like. Do that. Yeah, I don't like any of the new Star Trek. I haven't liked the Star Trek show since Enterprise is the last Star Trek show I think was good. So you know what I do, Chad? I don't watch new Star Trek shows. I'm not going to go watch the annoying black lesbian fucking captain of Discovery. I'm not going to do it. Because it looks bad. It looks like it's fucking awful. Why don't you just not watch things that look bad? You ever think about that? I mean, I love comics. I never watched. There's a bunch of comic book movies I never watched. I didn't watch Wakanda Forever. Like, I don't even like Black Panther that much to begin with. So I certainly don't want to see a Black Panther movie that doesn't have Black Panther in it. Be like if the next Spider-Man movie was like, yeah, Spider-Man's dead. Here's Mary Jane and Gwen Stacy being sad about it. That doesn't sound like a good movie. Here's Black Panther's old girlfriend with a spear. It's Wakanda Forever. Cool. Awesome. Thanks. I think I'll pass. Hell, I didn't even see the first Black Panther until it was on like streaming services. Because the whole world told me I was a racist if I didn't go see it. And I don't respond well to blackmail. You have to go see it. You're not the boss of me. I'm not gonna. I haven't watched most of the DC movies because they look fucking bad. Is that maybe a thing we could go back to doing? I'm not gonna go watch Joker 2. I love the first Joker movie. Damn good movie. Do I want to watch the first Joker movie with Lady Gaga's ugly ass as Harley Quinn in a fucking musical? No. I might watch it on Max when it comes out on streaming services just out of curiosity. But generally I'm like, nah. Zach the Bong Ripper says, Star Trek is tragic. We never got a Riker and Troy spinoff, a series of Cap Sulu. Klingon series, there are plenty of good ideas to capitalize on. I'm going to say, look, a lot of people will say, like, Star Trek died with all these Paramount Plus reboots, or not reboot, like Discovery and that kind of, this era of Trek. Some people will say it was with the fucking J.J. Abrams shitty reboots where they're all like whiny teenagers and there's always a fucking light shining in your eye. But I will argue that genuinely the thing that killed Star Trek, and not a lot of people will say this, is Enterprise. Now, I didn't watch Enterprise really when it first came out. I finally have gone back and watched it. All of it. And it's a very good show. I want to make that clear. Enterprise is a good show. I thoroughly enjoyed it. However, the basic premise of that show was so flawed that it kind of set a really bad trajectory for the franchise. Star Trek never should have done a prequel show. And this isn't, oh, prequels are inherently bad. No. The thing is, Star Trek is inherently about looking forward. It is inherently about the future. And I realize this prequel is still set in our future. But the point is, it's about moving forward. You know, you have the original show set hundreds of years in the future, and then when we bring it back decades later, we skip ahead nearly a whole century. I believe it's 80 years in between the time of the movies, and it's at least 80 years between the shows. I don't know, maybe the movies or whatever. But the better part of a century forward. You know, they call it the next generation. It's actually a couple of generations down the line. And even though we stay mostly in the same timeline, you know, with Deep Space Nine and Voyager, the point is we're still moving forward. I'll just at the regular rate of time. But we're still evolving things. We're moving forward. We're going in different directions. You know, Deep Space Nine was a very different show than TNG. And Voyager was a very different show than the previous two. For all the better or worse that implies. And then Enterprise, it's like, no, let's go back. And I think that is so fundamentally a bad idea. And it set a trajectory. Because what did we get after that? We got, let's have J.J. Abrams just shittily reboot the original Star Trek. And then we abandon that timeline. And we kind of, I guess, go back to the original. I don't fucking know. I don't consider any of these current shows canon, but officially I guess they fucking are. But, like, isn't Discovery set somewhere around the fucking TOS era? The original show era? And then there's, like, a Captain Pike show? There's a fucking Captain Pike show? You know, the footnote from the original fucking series? And then it's like, we'll bring back Picard for just pure fucking nostalgia bait. And everyone wants to say, like, the second season is actually good. No, the second season is just jerking off TNG. And Star Trek used to be really good about honoring its past, but still moving forward. It was actually very conscious of not leaning too heavily on member berries. To the point where there's a TNG episode with Spock's father, because Vulcans can live for hundreds of years, because they're basically fucking elves from Lord of the Rings, but in space. But Spock's father is an ambassador, but he's losing his fucking mind. He's got Vulcan not autism, Alzheimer's. I mean, all the Vulcans have autism when you get right down to it. But he's got Vulcan Alzheimer's. He's losing his fucking shit. So on this last diplomatic mission, he has to do like a mind meld with Picard to get like the mental strength to go through this last mission. And Picard's now got all this fucking mental jumble in his head, and he's sitting there freaking out in his reading room while Beverly's sedating him, basically. Good episode. The one writer kept saying to the showrunner, the guy in charge of, you know, the guy that approves all the scripts at the time, like, he kept wanting to put in references to Spock, and the guy's like, no, don't do that. No, don't do that. And he's like, why not? He's like, we're not, look, this is a show, this episode is about Spock's father, but we're not going to just be like, remember Spock? For no fucking reason. He finally fought him on it, and like he got like one reference to Spock in there. But the point is, they were trying to avoid that. Yes, there were times that they nostalgia baited a little bit. They respected the past, but also didn't try to lean on it. They tried to blaze their own way. They tried to move forward. And that's not what, I mean, never mind just all the woke shit, whatever the fuck that means anymore. It's another term like racist. It's getting abused to the point where it's losing meaning. But never mind all that shit. The point is, like, what the fuck do we need a Captain Pike show for? Who gives a shit? The captain that was so awesome, we immediately fucking replaced him after the first episode because nobody liked that actor. So it says, who is your Star Trek captain? I mean, Picard is the one I have the most nostalgia for. That's the one I was, you know, grew up on. Sisko is objectively the best of the bunch. And I got a soft spot for Janeway, but that's just because I have mommy issues. She says, isn't Joker 2 just a remake? I believe it is a sequel, but it looks like shit, so. Eldritch fan says the Accolade drops his crap on Father's Day month. That's not a coincidence. I guess. Who gives a shit though? Like, I'm not gonna sit. I know you got your caps lock on there, bro, and I respect that. Fuck yeah, caps lock. But I'm not gonna sit here and be mad about space lesbians in Star Wars. Like, who gives a shit? Okay. The only thing I'm mad is, can't these bitches be hot? I want to see two hot Jedi bitches scissor. How about that? I don't care. I don't give a shit. Like, I'm gonna sit here and be mad about it. Who cares? Just don't fucking watch it then. I'll tell you. Watch something else. Like, let's be mad about it, guys. Nah. No, I'm not gonna do that. The Who Gives a Shit podcast. That's right. Nah, it's just like, I don't know, man. Don't you get tired of it? Didn't you get tired of sitting like? And I'm not saying like, yeah, you go the opposite direction of, just don't ask questions, just consume product. That's fine. But I'm not telling you to do that either. I'm telling you, like, yeah, the meme, don't ask questions, just consume product. Well, the other side has become, don't ask questions, just bitch about product while you continuously consume it. Like, that's not helping either. And also, I don't think that, like, it's based or it's woke. And it's how I feel like just pissing and moaning about whether or not a show or a movie agrees with you politically is the lowest form of being a critic I can imagine. Like, it's basically just being Anita Sarkeesian. Everything's racist, everything's sexist, and you have to point it out. Well, everything's woke and everything's groomer, and you have to point out. Just like, I don't see how that's any better. I guess it's better because it's your side doing it. But again, I'm not a team player. I'm not root for the home team guy. To me, that's a really lame way to fucking do movie criticism or TV criticism or game criticism or whatever. Regardless of what your politics are. Just pissing and moaning that this thing isn't regurgitating your worldview right back at you is fucking lame. Like, is it good? Did it make you think? Did it entertain you? Did it do any of those things? I think are maybe better questions. And yeah, most of this woke slop doesn't do any of those things, okay? Granted, but isn't that maybe what... Isn't that maybe what you should be asking? I don't know, Chad. That's just me, I guess. I guess it's just me. Because, Critical Drinker makes money sitting around going, shouting out catchphrases about this shit. And I used to like his channel quite a bit, but it just kind of devolved into... I guess it devolved into giving the audience exactly what he thinks the audience wants. Telling them exactly what they came there to hear. And some of these guys I don't think were ever good to begin with. I don't know. I've never, the little bits and pieces I've seen of like Friday Night Tights, I've never found entertaining. Yeah. But hey, let's all come together around Eric July, huh? There was a fat nerd that showed up outside Eric July's office and was handing out bunny stickers after Eric July specifically said, "Pull up, nigga." Imagine yelling at somebody, "Pull up," and then calling the cops when they show up like a bitch. Like this. But no, we should all rally around him, man. That fat nerd was going to get him. So he says the conservative reaction to the Barbie movie showed they have zero desire to think about art as an extension of the personal life. Just poke at the script and lines on the surface culture level. Well, honestly, conservative criticism has always been that way. I mean, you could look at like plugged in movie reviews from Focus on the Family going back like 20 years, and I mean, they're barely even able to look at the fucking worldview of shit. They just like count the curse words and complain if there was a titty in it or something. Wolfland says if you came here to watch E. Michael Jones and told us what we wanted to hear, you get more super chats. Well, I guess I would, but then I'd have to watch E. Michael Jones. And who the fuck wants to do that? You know, I don't know. I do miss doing the show regularly, but I don't want to be in that scene. Like, it's just a fucking mess. You know, I used to get away with a lot of that because it's like, whenever people would come to me and be like, so and so that you have on your show a lot said this, and I'm like, okay, go talk to them about it. I don't, you know, I'm not responsible for what other people do. But I mean, nowadays you gotta be. Nowadays everybody's circling the wagons around each other and shit, and it's little guilds and it's little cool kids table shit, and I just can't do that. So he says Barbie was made for the Lindsay Ellises of the world, but it actually tried to wrestle with the mentality of girls who think they have a feminist ideals, but also like Barbie. I don't know, man. Look, I didn't have any interest in watching a fucking Barbie movie. You know, I'm not the target audience. It didn't appeal to me. You know. I also would have felt silly complaining about the fact that I, as a 40-year-old man, didn't enjoy the Barbie movie. That felt like something I shouldn't do. So I wasn't going to go watch it. Well, I went on for about an hour, and I'm not getting any super chats, guys. I guess because I'm not part of any Cool Kids Guild. But no, thanks for listening, everybody. And if you do enjoy the show, you're not listening live, you send a super chat. Can't talk. Send a super chat, and I will see it when I am live. And go ahead and read it. And you can hit paypal.me/Beckloff, and I'll even throw a link to the Amazon wish list down below if you want to buy me some of the dumb shit that I like. And that's about it for tonight, folks. Thanks for listening. Beckloff out.